The best part about being Jesus is I don't have to wear pants. Hello YouTube, my name is Uidsea, and we are currently in what I don't have a name for yet, but it's going to be kind of like a weekly review on all the stuff that I like to see in gaming and media and all that fun stuff. So, I've never really been a fan of AAA games. I mean, there are some that, I kind of like, but the vast majority of them, I kind of get disappointed at whenever I finally, get a new AAA game, and it kind of seems like a rehash of something else, or it doesn't seem like there's not a lot of originality in a lot of it. So many AAA games are either re-releases, remakes, or sequels, and it seems with a lot of AAA games, taking risks with new IPs, with new games, is kind of difficult, and a lot of studios don't want to do it if they know that they can make something else that will, make back money. Which I know that's not all what studios are planning to do, but realistically, money makes the world go round. You're not going to dump, millions and millions of dollars into a game if there isn't some type of guarantee that you're going to make your money back. So I understand that, but at the same time, this not podcast, what am I talking about? This video series, this thing that I'm doing right now is kind of like a, let's talk about the things that are more interesting, a bit more indie, and at least personally interests me. Like games that I've been paying attention to, games that look kind of interesting, kind of unique, or just downright bizarre. So we're going to start off with stuff everyone's talking about, because it's going to be the recap of all the week in entertainment stuff, mainly video games. Sometimes I'll talk about music and movies and other things, but the vast majority of the time I'm just going to be talking about games. Then we're going to be going into stuff like the main bulk, which is stuff that interests me. And then the end will be, I'm not too sure yet, like comics, anime, manga, K-pop, Friedrich Nietzsche's quotes. I mean, I don't know. Just something to end it with, but I'm not really too sure on. This is the very first one, so we're going to see how this goes. Anyways, let's get right into it. Okay, of course, first thing that we're going to talk about is Cuphead. Everyone's been playing Cuphead. I just recently got a copy, so I'm going to be trying it out. It is a platformer. It is a platform shooter, and it is so goddamn fun. Not to mention that, of course, the beautiful visuals right here. The beautiful visuals are somewhat of a 30s cartoon. The gameplay is really fun. It's a lot of boss fights. There are actual levels, but it's a lot of boss fights, and it's reminiscent of much older games, which is really nifty and interesting. You can see all the different boss fights here. So the story behind Cuphead is you and your brother go into a casino, the Devil's Casino, and you are playing and having fun and whatnot, and of course all the lackeys and whatnot are trying to get you to play more and more, and eventually the devil himself comes up to the game and he says, "Hey, you're doing pretty good. You want to try and bet everything in my casino?" And of course Cuphead, being a young kid, and he's enthralled by the riches, he of course tries and plays Snake Eyes, completely loses, and then the devil tries and takes their soul. But the devil actually cuts them a deal, because they said, "Please don't take our souls." They cut him a deal. Pretty much, if you go and collect all the souls of everyone else that I need, then we will not take your soul, which is pretty much where all the boss fights are. It's a really, really fun game. I highly suggest getting it. It's so freaking fun. The visuals are beautiful. The sound is amazing. Everything about the game is just so damn good. It has gotten overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. It's been released 5 days ago, and it currently has sold over 100,000 units, which is pretty good for a brand new IP. But to be honest, this is also a game that has gotten a lot of hype. I'm pretty sure it's also released on the Xbox One, and I think the PS4. I could be wrong on that though. But either way, console release and Steam release, go check it out. Next up on the list, since we're talking about stuff that everyone is already talking about, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes, there's finally a sequel to Rockstar's initial Old West GTA, which is what a lot of people compared it to, which pretty much that's what it is. It's a sequel. It should be coming later this year or early next year, and it has been getting a shite ton review and been in the public's eye. There's not really too much I have to say about Red Dead 2. I loved Red Dead 1. I never actually finished it, unfortunately. If I remember correctly, my Xbox Red ringed before I actually got the chance to finish it, so I never actually finished it, but it was still a really fun game. It was fun to just go out into the like the desert and go hunt things, and you could, if I remember correctly, you could do like bounty hunting for people, and you could just go sit and play card games and do all that stuff. Play the normal story, of course, go jack some people's horses, all that fun stuff. But yeah, there's been a lot of hype, there's been a lot of stuff, articles all over the place talking about like the game engine and the story and the characters and this and that. There was even one particular gif of apparently Rockstar has coded in horse testicle physics. Yes. Yeah, that's why I'm getting the game. Visceral horse testicle physics. No, but it's seriously fun. Go check it out. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be out in the second quarter of 2018 for PS4, Xbox One. I'm going to assume at some point it's going to pop onto PC, either through Steam or the Windows Store. Please, God, don't let it be the Windows Store. But either way, I'm eagerly looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Now we're getting into stuff that I'm super excited for. Magic: The Gathering Arena. And this is just the trailer for it by fans, for fans. And it looks really good. Like, the gameplay does look pretty good. Here's the thing that I've been thinking with MTG for a while. So MTG Arena is going to be this new version of Magic: The Gathering, which Magic: The Gathering's been around for God knows what, like 20 years at this point. I'm a big MTG player. I've always been a big MTG player. I've loved card games, MTG, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff. Force of Will. Kind of surprised. I'm kind of sad that there's no like online equivalent of Force of Will. But MTG Arena is coming out, and it's hoping to bring all of the promise to the fans. So the problem with MTG Online that I have, which they already have an online version of Magic: The Gathering, which is MTGO, Magic: The Gathering Online, and while it is fun, you can't get all of the card sets from the game, and there's this really weird buying system. At least last time I remember playing it, there's this really weird buying system that like you kind of just have to buy cards outright with real money to get them in game, which I feel is kind of like odd. I personally have always felt that if MTG pretty much copied Hearthstone in that sense, because I really tried to like Hearthstone, but it just doesn't get that card game fix for me. And I mean, I've even started playing Pokemon online again, and it still just doesn't get that fix for me. But the thing is, if MTG were to adapt Hearthstone's everything with Hearthstone, where you know you have all the card packs and whatnot, you can buy packs of cards, which that helps people's whole feeling of I want to open packs and get cards. They can buy them out. That's the the microtransaction part. So Wizards gets money from that. The gamers have fun. The gameplay of Hearthstone I do like. I do like a lot. But the thing is that I just can't do like. Maybe it's just WoW, like WoW's world or whatnot. Also, I don't really like just you get mana crystals one turn after another, which is pretty much what Force of Will does, but I don't know, it feels like it's a more simplified Magic, instead of having to actually get mana and then, manage mana and all that stuff, which, once again, that's just me coming from playing Magic way before I ever played Hearthstone, so I can't really say much on that, but I do really like Hearthstone's system. I just don't like playing the actual game, if that makes sense. Really weird, right? Either way, I'm really hoping that MTG Arena will pretty much do this. Will pretty much take influence from Hearthstone, which will pretty much be, Hearthstone, you get rid of the crystals, and it's a very easy gameplay format, because they have Magic: The Gathering on Steam, and I think even like it's a free-to-play now, but for some reason like the gameplay just feels really freaking clunky, and I just can't get into the game. I really want to. I love MTG, and I love MTG Online, but not MTG Online, MTGO, no, but I love playing Magic: The Gathering, and I love Hearthstone's system. I wish they'd just, have a baby, be done with it. So I think all the fans would be really happy with that. There's also the Basilisk or Cockatrice or whatever it is for Magic, but that's also Also, since we're doing the month of, well, I mean, it is the month of spoops. Stranger Things, the game, actually has a game on mobile now. Stranger Things, you can check it out right here. It is actually, yes, it is made by Netflix. You saw that right, and you can get it free of charge on the App Store. And it is apparently, there is apparently no microtransactions. It is just a straight free game. How does this actually compare to the series? I don't know. I mean, I've seen the series, I haven't played this game yet, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's very reminiscent of like the older Zelda games, which is really cool. And seeing as I'm eagerly awaiting Stranger Things Season 2, I don't think that's already come out. I really hope it isn't, because if so, I'm missing it. But the gameplay, I mean, it looks pretty good. I'll probably download or play around with it for like an hour or two and just have some fun with it. But as it is right now, it's just really cool. I don't know if Netflix is going to get into publishing games. I don't know if that would actually be a good thing or not, but if it works, it works. Next up is something I'm really fucking excited for. So, the developer of Stardew Valley, Ty, whatever it is, I think he's the lead developer at Chucklefish Studios, which is the game studios that published Stardew Valley, Starbound, and a bunch of other games. There's apparently a new one that's coming in with a magic-themed magic school-themed life sim. Yes, it's going to be like a magic. From what they're saying, it's kind of be like a weird magic Stardew Valley-esque Hogwarts Harry Potter type gameplay thing. Put that on the headline of the game. But I'm really excited for this. It just sounds so freaking cool. Apparently it's still in development though. That says, the T was saying that in an interview that it's still within a 3 to 4 month year like development cycle. So it's 3 to 4 year. What the hell am I talking about? 3 to 4 year development cycle. So that's something that, you know, it's not something that we're going to be looking for instantly. But I'm really super excited for this, even though, like, I literally just looked this up an hour ago. Apparently, there's a bunch of different facets of gameplay. According to the interview, there is magic crafting, potion making, and farming. There's also a combat inspired by the classic Zelda games, which is really nifty. And they were saying that what they learned from Stardew initially was having a thought-out story planned from the get-go, and that's what they're saying they're doing with this one. They're getting the story down, and they want this to be an enjoyable experience. I really hope, like, I'm really hoping that this is something like Stardew Valley mixed with Hogwarts and like My Little Witch Academia or something like that. I just really, oh shit. I just really am excited for this game, and I really freaking want to play it, and it's not going to be out for years, which kind of sucks, but it will hold. But thankfully, Stardew Valley will hold me over because it's going to be on the Switch pretty damn soon. So, okay, so this one's weird. Are you ready? Are you ready for this one? There is an untitled goose game where you pretty much you play as a goose whose entire game is to make the life of a groundskeeper a living hell. That's literally the entire game. It's still an untitled, it's pre-alpha gameplay, but this is probably one of, if not the most unique title I've heard released since 2018 or 2017. Like, the fact that you can be a goose that literally just honks and is trying to make this groundskeeper's life a living hell is incredible. This is the type of visceral gameplay that I come to expect from video game devs these days. It's amazing. I am so excited and ready for it. You don't even know. I just want to become the bane of this groundskeeper's existence. It's going to be amazing. And if it's not amazing, I just really hope it is. I really hope it is. This is going to be like the next meme game, and I'm going to love it. Alright, so this game actually was released in E3. It's the Call of Cthulhu game, and yes, it is actually a pretty big game, but people have kind of stopped talking about it. They've kind of pushed it to the back. So, I am an absolute Lovecraft fanatic. I fudge and love all of Lovecraft stuff, and this is literally a Call of Cthulhu game. We had Dark Corners of the Earth, which was a good game, yes, but it hasn't really been updated, and I don't really think it ages that well. But with this new Call of Cthulhu game that's coming out, we haven't really seen much gameplay. Like, this is really just atmosphere and everything, but still, it's the fact that we have a Call of Cthulhu game that's coming out. I think it was actually pushed back to 2018, which is unfortunate, but either way, I am so freaking excited, and I want to jump into the Eldritch Horrors as soon as I possibly can. I just want to get lost in madness, and I am super excited for it. If I remember correctly, there's a little bit of At the Mountains of Madness, which is pretty good, pretty exciting. It's very exciting. I'm excited for it. I just want this game. Like, this is incredible to me. The fact that we finally are going to have another Call of Cthulhu game. I'm so goddamn excited. Another game that's coming out, Hand of Fate 2, November 7th, 2017, coming to the consoles and Steam. So Hand of Fate was a roguelike that was kind of like a deck builder. It was a weird game. You had like third-person combat, you had deck building, you had a choose your own adventure, and you had it was just like this big amalgam of different genres that worked really, really, really freaking well. I love this game, Hand of Fate 1, so much. The card dealer is back, and I'm so dang excited for this. This looks like it's going to be amazing. I really, really, really hope this doesn't fall flat on its face, because the first one was just so damn good. Okay, so the last one's kind of odd. Like I said, it's an indie title, and I'm pretty excited for it. It's called Projection. It's kind of like a light-based horror game, which is weird. As you can see in the gameplay here, you move the light around to be able to create shadows, and with the shadows you can accomplish your tasks. It's very unique. I don't think I've ever seen something like this. It's very, very interesting. I assume it's going to be something akin to like Limbo, maybe? That's going to be my guess, at least. And it looks interesting. I don't know how it's going to do and how the game is going to play. It could be good. It could not be. I'm just kind of hoping that it is. I'm hoping that there are, this is going to be like the next indie title of 2017 or something. I want this kind of like to be what Limbo was a few years back, like how it just blew up and went everywhere. It looks very, very unique. And like I was saying, there's not too many IPs that come out that are actually unique, and I'm really, really excited for it. So there are some other games that I would like to check out, but I also don't want to make this like a 30 or 40 minute long video, so we're actually going to save it to next week. I want to keep doing this weekly, so if you guys actually have if you guys know of anything else that's coming out, any games that aren't just literally like on the front page of IGN type thing, which, I mean, I did say some things about like Call of Cthulhu and stuff like that, but they're still not the super big ones. They're not AAA. Pretty much, if you know of anything that isn't a AAA that's coming out that I may not have heard of, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what else you want me to do. And also with the ending here, because as it is, it's just going to be a wrap-up for right now, but I'm thinking what I might do is doing like some quick comic reviews of the week or something like that. Maybe a bit of anime. I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of anime, but I could always start. Other than that, we're pretty much done. So yeah, thanks if you want to see this. This format's going to evolve as we get it going. Like I said, this is just a spur of the moment thing right now. But let me know if you guys are excited for any of these games, and let me know if you want to see more of this, and let me know what type of games you'd like to see. What games are you interested in? I mean, they could even be cringy memey games, but as long as it's something interesting, something relatively new, and something that isn't just a straight AAA, be pretty good. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.